episode of Music Theory Takedown. In this episode, we're going to be talking about note values. And remember, this video is going to be fast, so feel free to pause and take notes at any time. Let's get into it.
In this episode, we will be talking about whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, 16th notes, and dotted notes.
To start, we're going to show you a simple way to remember how many beats half notes and whole notes are worth. Let's go. This is a whole note. It is worth 4 beats. One whole note is equal to 4 quarter notes. Therefore, it's 4 beats. A half note is half of a whole note. So, let's take the whole note and cut it in half. Half of a whole note is worth 2 beats. So, a half note is 2 beats. One half note looks like this. Next up, we're going to show you how to find how many beats quarter notes, eighth notes, and 16th notes are. Here we go. This is a quarter note. It is worth 1 beat. An eighth note is worth half a beat, so 2 eighth notes equal 1 beat. A 16th note is worth 1/4 of a beat. One way you can think about how to determine how much a 16th note is worth is if you take 4 eighth notes and you overlap the 2. That way, it looks like this. With 2 bars instead of 1. A single eighth note looks like this. A single 16th note looks quite similar, but instead, once again, it has 2 flags. You've almost learned everything you need to know about note values. Let's do a quick review of what you've learned so far, and then we'll get into the last topic. One whole note is equal to 2 half notes. A half note is equal to 2 quarter notes. A quarter note is equal to 2 eighth notes. And finally, eighth note is equal to 2 16th notes.
half a beat, and a 16th note is worth a fourth of a beat.
Finally, we're going to show you dotted notes and just how to find how many beats they're worth.
In order to find a value of a dot in a question after a note, you have to know the amount of beats the notes get. The quarter note gets a total of 1 beat. The dot is worth half of whatever that is. So, since the quarter note is 1 beat and 2 eighth notes make up a quarter note, and an eighth note is half of 1 quarter note, 1 eighth note is how much the dot equals for a quarter note. Since we already know that a dotted quarter note equals half, what does the dot and a dotted whole note equal? Well, a whole note is worth 4 beats. A whole note is made up of 2 half notes. A half note is equal to 2 beats. So, the dot must equal 2. A dotted half note, the half note is worth 2 beats and is made up of 2 quarter notes. A quarter note is worth 1 beat, so the value of the dot and a dotted half note must be 1 beat. A dotted eighth note, an eighth note is equal to half a beat. The eighth note is made up of two 16th notes. So the value will have to be 1/16th note, otherwise known as 1/4.
That's all for this episode of Music Theory Takedown. We hope to see you passing your classes. We'll see you next time on Music Theory Takedown.